Hi, Misha here, and this is kind of an update video on the IXO D3A, codename Val, which was the Japanese Navy's primary dive bomber during World War II, with nearly 1,500 built. I wanted to tell a story and compare two different models. This is the one you saw in a previous video. This is from De Agostini, but it's the same tooling as IXO. So a few brand names have made this, and this is a relatively inexpensive model. At least it has just traditionally been. And the IXO tooling typically offers gear up or down, sometimes removable ordnance, sometimes fixed, spinning propellers, but no opening canopy, no pilot figure. But I wanted to compare it with the version from Skymax here, which is also 1/72 scale diecast. Skymax was kind of or I guess still is technically, a division of Hobbymaster for lesser known planes and kind of supposed to be a more economical line. It too would feature gear up or down, removable ordnance sometimes, spinning propellers. They will have opening canopies, but no pilot figures. It's worth pointing out that early Hobbymasters sometimes didn't have pilot figures either, like the A-10. But yeah, the D3A, the Val, was the primary dive bomber. It really was. It was new when World War II began, and the prototype first flew in 1938 after answering a specification from the Navy Air Ministry, and just a short time earlier, it flew off against a Nakajima variant and won. They placed an order at the tail end of 1939. A few improvements were made, like a more powerful engine. Also, they added a fin to the back of the fuselage and turned the wings down just a little bit. In 1940, it went into carrier trials, and this aircraft is quite famous for being used heavily. 126 or so were at the attack on Pearl Harbor. These carried a centerline 550-pound bomb. These were primarily dive bombers. They could also carry in an auxiliary role 130-pound or so bomb under each wing. Basically giving them about 750 to 800 pounds of ordnance. For defense, they had two forward-facing fixed 7.7 millimeter machine guns, and in the rear, a flexible 7.7. Crew of 2, pilot, guy in the back was a gunner, radio operator. They had early successes in 1942, including sinking HMS Hermes. They were used at the Battle of Midway, but after that they were quickly in decline, and really by the end of the year the original D3A1 was considered obsolete. It was replaced by a slightly updated version, D3A2. But by 1944, after the Battle of the Philippine Seas, these were retired from most active service and used as trainers, but many were brought back for kamikaze attacks in the final year of the war. Relatively large aircraft at about 33.5 feet long, 47 feet wide. So the models, the story. I've had this IXO / Diecast for a while now. Like I said, I did a more in-depth historical video using it. I have it on its landing gear because with it, if you put it on the stand, you can't have the center line bomb. And I like having it. Plus the landing gear on these was fixed like on the German Stuka. Anyway, so why not? The Skymax comes with a good stand, actually. At least the top part holds the aircraft very well. It's more of a cradle type. It has their base, which I don't care for. It's a little wobbly, but it's alright. But because it cradles the aircraft as opposed to just plugging into the center, it has its middle bomb. Now, interestingly, this particular version at least doesn't have the two small wing bombs. It just has the center line. So the story behind this. If you followed me on models a whole lot, you know I buy from a few different places. One of my main ones is Pete's Collectibles, because he's just always treated me right, and he was kind of cleaning out and found a couple of these Skymax Vals in the back. They've been out of production for some time, and he sold me one for quite a reasonable price, because we were just discussing what they were bringing on eBay, and I just was not going to pay eBay prices. So it just came in today, and I felt like doing a little update video. What do I think of the two? Which is maybe better? Certainly price-wise, the Skymax is more expensive today, and even was back when these were available. But these are still relatively affordable. The Diecast, the IXO, is actually a nice model for the money. Comes with the spinning propeller. You do have to install the landing gear on these, and I found that where they plug in, they can get weak over time. And like I said, the bomb has to be taken off if it's on a stand. That said, it's actually physically heavier than the Skymax. The Skymax is all metal. I think it's just how it is. Skymax, on the other hand, the gear come on the plane. And the wheels actually rotate. Small detail, but neat. The canopy does open, or you can just remove it rather, but it does not come with a pilot figure. None of the Skymax did. But since it is easily to pop off, I put in a little Japanese 1/72 scale pilot figure. It's actually from a Corgi 0. He's gonna have to fly alone though. I didn't have a second Japanese to put in the back. To be fair, a lot of these were only flown with one person towards the end of the war. So the IXO is a little bit heavier physically. The Skymax has a little better detail, has moving gears, more durable landing supports. I sit there made of metal. I think they might be. I mean, the tires aren't obviously, but they're regular. Stabilizers are. Each have antennae, whatnot. Yeah, just that I would show them together. The this is definitely one of IXO's better toolings. But it's hard to say that anything from Hobby Master is not going to be superior. Plus, I think it was really neat, since Pete only had 2 of these and he knew he could get really good money on eBay. The fact that he sold me one at kind of old cost price points. But then again, I do quite a bit of business with him and have done so for a while now. But yeah, if you'd like to hear more on the history, I've got another video featuring this IXO. And I have other Japanese aircraft too, if you just kind of enjoy them like I do. Anywho, this is Misha, and I will catch you very soon next time.